This is the Kindle 2 US edition PDF test. This is shot in HD, so there should be a HD icon somewhere here when I upload this to YouTube. This is the US refurbished model. I got this for $139, which was a really good deal. This is on the firmware update 2.52, I believe so. And right here I'm going to go through some of the sample PDFs here. I have different ones down here. Let me zoom in and I'll go through different ones. For example, the first one that I'm going through is kind of a report style 2-column thing. And yes, my name is Vincent, but I'm also known as Paper Wastage. So here, it takes a really quick time to load up. So this is kind of like a standard 2-column article. It's not really legible. If I can get this focus right. Yeah, here we go. You can't really see that much. So this button on here is a zoom button and it takes you to this screen. Fit to screen 150%, 200, 300, actual size, and the rotations. So I'll start with this portrait mode and let's go to 150. And 150 it shows you the outline, and you can kind of like see how much you go to. Once you zoom in, this is much better. It is legible. I can't get this focus right. It is legible, but as you can see, there's kind of like spill over from the next part. And every time you zoom, you have kind of like the bars telling you where you're exactly on the page. So right now, if I go right, it should stay the same. This goes to the right. Similarly for the other zoom. So if I go to 200, this seems like it fits right on the two columns. Right. So you could actually, let's go back to the left. The start, the abstract. It looks like it's correct. It's exactly one column here. Let me zoom in. So this is readable, but it's not that good for the eye. And as you can see, if I go to the right, there's some kind of like space here. I could go all the right again so that this shifts to the right, or if you hold on the shift button and you move left or right, it moves a little bit left or right. So holding the shift button, I can go all the way right on myself, and it looks fine. 300%, as you can see, it cuts off the columns. Not really that useful here, since you have to do a lot of moving around. And the last item here is actual size. This, I would assume, simulates the actual size of the paper. And kind of like, you can see, it seems to be similar to the 200% mode. Seems to fit exactly one column. And then let me go to the landscape mode. As you can see here, you can have it any 4 orientations: this way, this way, this way, or the other way. Doesn't really matter. Let me choose this way. And here we go. Yeah. And let me go back to fit to grid. Takes some time, but it's not too bad. This mode, you can see, is just barely legible. You can read it. It's not too bad. And so it kind of like splits the page into 3 parts: first, second, and the third part, which is kind of a small portion. And if you zoom in to 150, two column lines, you can see there's kind of like a cut off here. So let's go to 200. It's kind of like a good column size. This seems to be perfect for a column size. It's readable. Go right. Again, you could shift right as you go all the way to right. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's too far. I guess I really have to shift right. There we go. Seems perfect. So this is one entire page. I go to the next page 2 here. Seems fine. This is kind of like graphics wise. This entire PDF is, I think these are all text, highlightable text, and these are graphics. So this seems to be working fine. The entire page, split into 3 ways. The third page is missing, and the rest of the video is the same thing but with different types of PDFs. Like the next one would be kind of like a text document, a 1 column text document. And if you go back to portrait mode, this is not that good to read. It's legible, as you can see from here, but it's not good for the eyes. If you go on to landscape mode, just kind of like a full text document. This is far better, and since this is not a 2 column page, zooming in, you'll cut off this part. It will be a pain to flip back and forth. So as you can see, they go to right, then the next part, let it go back. It's too complicated. So either stay with fit to width, or if you use Calibri, you could extract the text into a refillable movie document, but you lose all the formatting. So the next one would be the irregular report, kind of like a 2-page spread. It's kind of like this. These you could probably zoom, or maybe choose a different zoom size. There we go. This would be nice. Similarly to the previous PDF document, kind of like a single page, you might be able to do 2 column size, but this looks pretty good. This would be scan text. This is actual document scan, so it's not you can't use the text. You can use Calibri to kind of like extract it, so the only way to read it is like this. Zooming is useless. As you can see, if they move left and right, it's just too complicated to do it. And the next one, so this would be a schedule, an actual PDF schedule for my bus, the college town shuttle. These are all highlightable text on a PDF, and they render it out fine. And these you could probably zoom in because you're just looking for an exact time. Here we go. You're probably looking for an exact time, and this is perfectly readable. You might have to squint, but it's not too bad. But if I zoom in further, looks fine.